Mini episode 684 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by First Down Scouting, delivering the most thorough scouting service available, uncovering the NFL stars of tomorrow. Follow them on the web at the number 1stdownscouting.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 684 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with the FantasyDraftHelp.com insider previewing fantasy baseball in 2016. This is part one of our season preview, focusing on last season's legitimate breakthroughs, as well as the overvalued, undervalued, and sleepers of 2016. Let's start with the legitimate breakthroughs by position. These are the players who took a big step forward in 2015 and can be trusted to maintain their productivity. Catcher, Stephen Vogt. First base, Mitch Moreland. Second base, Rougned Odor. Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts and Young-Ho Kang. Third base, Maikel Franco and Young-Ho Kang. Outfield, Lorenzo Cain, J.D. Martinez, and A.J. Pollock. Starting pitcher, Jake Arrieta, Danny Salazar, Drew Smyly, and Noah Syndergaard. Closer, Jeurys Familia and Roberto Osuna. Here's the overvalued players of this year. We choose our overvalued and undervalued players by contrasting where they are on our draft board versus where they are on the experts' draft board, a compilation of leading magazines and websites that we use as a point of comparison with our own ratings. If we have players slotted much higher on our board than the industry consensus, then they are considered undervalued. And if they're slotted much lower than the industry consensus, then they're overvalued. Here's the overvalued players by position. Catcher, Derek Norris. First base, Carlos Santana and Mark Teixeira. Second base, Howie Kendrick, Jason Kipnis, Joe Panik, Dustin Pedroia, Addison Russell, Devin Travis, Colton Wong, and Ben Zobrist. Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, Adeiny Hechavarria, Francisco Lindor, and John Segura. Third base, Nick Castellanos, Matt Duffy, Evan Longoria, Pablo Sandoval, and David Wright. Outfield, Jay Bruce, Jacoby Ellsbury, Jason Hayward, Billy Hamilton, Adam Jones, Gregory Polanco, and Christian Yelich. Starting pitcher, Jose Quintana, Michael Pineda, Garrett Richards, James Shields, Michael Wacha, and Jordan Zimmerman. Closer, Brad Boxberger, Mark Melancon, Andrew Miller, and Trevor Rosenthal. Here's the undervalued players. Catcher, Nick Hundley and Brett Swihart. First base, Lucas Duda. Second base, Logan Forsythe, Daniel Murphy, Brandon Phillips, Jonathan Shoup. Shortstop, Jose Reyes and Marcus Semien. Third base, Joey Gallo, Young-Ho Kang, Yasmani Tomas, and Danny Valencia. Outfield, Chris Davis, Adam Eaton, Will Myers, Jock Peterson, David Peralta, Kyle Schwarber, and Yasmani Tomas. Starting pitcher, Steven Matz, Drew Smyly, Noah Syndergaard, and Adam Wainwright. There are no closers. Here's the sleepers of 2016. Catcher, JT Realmuto. First base, Chris Colabello, CJ Cron, and Younghervis Solarte. Second base, Javier Baez. Shortstop, Marcus Semien and Eugenio Suarez. Third base, Younghervis Solarte. Outfield, Byron Buxton, Randall Grichuk, Gerardo Parra, and Stephen Piscotty. Starting pitcher, Jared Eichhoff, Matt Moore, Marcus Stroman. Closer, Ken Giles. Thanks for tuning in. Again, for the full measure of what we've got for you fantasy and non-fantasy wise in 2016, check out our free draft guide, Fantasy Baseball Draftology 2016, available on the main page at FantasyDraftHelp.com. Also, if you're into any form of fantasy racing, Our Fantasy Racing Draftology 2016 covers NASCAR, IndyCar, NHRA, and Formula One. Go break off a little value on your opponents in fantasy sports, and be sure to check out our other Nothing is Off Topic segments, including our recent conversations with superstars such as Chip Carey, Ernie Johnson, and Bob Barker from the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the Periodic Table of Elements.